Welcome to Seven Trumpets Prepper, and in this video today, guys, I'm going to show you how to build a raised tabletop bed garden. And this right here is a super easy prep that you can build out of recycled material and recycled pallets. So let's take a look at how to do this now. Okay, so to begin this project, the first things that you really initially need is your pallet. And now let me reiterate here that as this is going to be a tabletop raised bed garden, so we're actually making a raised bed table garden as opposed to a raised bed garden. And please overlook the end slats there. I'm just fitting everything right now to cut those so that they don't leach out dirt anymore out of the sides of the wood. That is just a regular raised bed garden, kind of elevated on the porch. I done mine on brick. This is going to actually have legs on it, as you've seen in the beginning of the video. So what you want to do is, to make sure that you don't have to build up a bottom on it, have you a pallet that actually has full slats on one side. And don't worry about the little grooves here, the little excess grooves and things like that, because what we're going to do is we're going to put our wrap inside of this here and make sure that you get the kind that the water won't leach through, so it will hold the moisture, and that way that if any water does drain out, it's probably going to be at the edges here once we put our end boards on. And so you need your recycled pallet, your wrap, and a staple gun. And now what we're going to do is you want to cut your wrap and staple it here, and then line this good and then staple it up on the inside, and do that all throughout. So this one has 3 areas that we're going to need to do that, and I'll line that all the way out to the end, and then I'll leave a little bit of excess and curl that and staple it onto the board that I'm going to screw into place there at the end. And that's really it for a start off. So I'll cut that, staple it, show you how it looks here in just a second. So now we have our wrap inside of the container, and you can see we've left a little bit of excess, and that's just a staple to the boards that's going to go on the end. Now look, this don't have to be no Mona Lisa, no work of art, okay? You just need to get it in there tucked good and stapled down out of your way so that you can use this well. And right here, I actually need to just staple that down just a little bit more right there. But anyway, leave you a good cavity for your dirt to fill in and everything, and just keep this from bunching up, because that just gives more space for your roots and everything. And now at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to cut our boards to screw into the corners of our build box, and we'll be moving forward. Okay guys, so at this point in the build, what I done is I took some 2x4 scrap that I had laying around, and I cut this at 29.5 inches. So that's going to put that about 30 inches off the ground. So for me, that's almost even with, it's a little lower than my waist, but by the time that you put the dirt in, get the seeds started and everything, that'll put your plants almost even working level with you. So that'll be great. So at this point, I'm going to take and butt that up on the sides of that, screw that together, and we'll see the results here in just a minute. Okay, so now at this portion of the build, we've got our braces into place. So we have our legs here for it to stand. Now, as you can see right here where I'm standing, this is going to be easy for me to work with. You can obviously make your table taller or shorter to accommodate however you want. But now what I'll do is, once that we figure out where we're actually going to set this, is I'll probably come in with a runner strip and brace these legs on the inside of the box, so it'll be on the inside even with this, and it will come down, angle on one side, and then we'll angle back the other way on the other side to help stiffen this up, because it's pretty solid right now, but just once you put the dirt and everything in, that way, you know, it won't fall over. Now our next part we're going to do is we're going to take, I've got some strips here recycled that I've got from pallets, that we're going to tuck this in out of the way, and then we're going to put the strip on, screw those in, and then staple that in the inside, and I'll show you that here just shortly. Okay, so now we're at the portion of the build where that we've got our legs in place, we've got our table where we wanted it, and that we've screwed our end caps on. So now that the end caps are in place, my son went and helped me do this earlier before we filmed this again, to staple the inside of this. So he tucked all that, stapled that, so we've got all that into place now where we can hold our soil and it won't get up to the end of our boards and rot it. And it's best that everywhere that there is a runner board to screw it into place good. And that pretty much concludes building it into a raised bed. Now all you've got to do now is put your plants in and you're good to go. Now when you're finished with your tabletop raised bed garden, all you need to do now is put the plants in that you want and just grow them and have a great time with it. This is something that can be replicated time and time again. All you need is your pallets and a few pieces of lumber to make your legs, and you're good to go. Now just one note, if you want to make a holding shelf under this. You can always do that to help have some extra material and stuff. So until we see you again here at Seven Trumpets Prepper Channel, I hope you have a most blessed day. In Yahushua's name.